Ready to help us navigate the sometimes choppy waters of small talk?
Absolutely. I'm excited to be here. Small talk can feel intimidating at first, but like any skill, it can be learned. And with the right tips and some practice, anyone can become a master of those initial conversations.
I love that idea of mastering small talk. And, we've all been there, right? We know the classic small talk starters like talking about the weather. Lovely day, isn't it? Or can't believe all this rain. But sometimes it feels like we're just on autopilot.
It's true. The weather is a go-to for a reason. It's something we all experience, so it's easy to comment on. But what's interesting is that there's a whole world of conversation starters beyond the obvious. I think we can be more creative and tailor our approach dependent on the situation.
You're right. It's like having a conversational toolkit.
Yeah.
Like you'd approach a work event differently than, let's say, striking up a conversation at a party.
Exactly. And I think what's important is understanding the purpose of small talk. It's not about delivering some perfectly rehearsed monologue or showing off how much we know. It's really about making a connection and finding some common ground, even if it's just for a few minutes, showing we're approachable and open to interacting with someone new.
I like how one article put it, they called small talk a social defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Especially for those of us who maybe get a little anxious talking to people we don't know very well.
Yeah.
It's like dipping our toes in the social pool before we kind of jump in head first.
I love that analogy. It's a way of easing into social situations, signaling, hey, I'm open to connecting, and there are some really helpful tips out there for doing that smoothly. One thing that comes up a lot is the power of open-ended questions. Those are the questions that encourage more than just a yes or no answer. You know what I mean? Instead of asking, did you have a good weekend? You could say, what was the highlight of your weekend? It's a subtle change, but it really encourages the other person to share more, and then you can build a conversation from there.
It does invite a more detailed response for sure. It's about getting the other person talking and finding those little hooks you can latch onto to keep the conversation flowing. Compliments can also be fantastic icebreakers, especially in social settings. If you're at a party, you could compliment someone's outfit or maybe a dish they brought. It's a really genuine way to express a positive feeling, and it can lead to a more personal conversation. It's like you're giving them a little gift, a moment of recognition, and that can make someone feel more comfortable opening up.
Speaking of making an impact, one thing that stood out to me was the emphasis on active listening. It's not just waiting for our turn to talk. It's about genuinely engaging with what the other person is saying.
Couldn't agree more. Active listening is crucial for showing respect and genuine interest.
Yeah.
Think about the nonverbal cues too. Nodding your head, making eye contact, even reflecting back what someone has said. Those seemingly small things can make a huge difference.
Yeah, you're sending a message that says, I hear you, I see you, and what you have to say matters. And I think that can be incredibly validating for the other person.
It can be.
Yeah.
And beyond showing respect, it helps you steer the conversation in a direction that you both find engaging. You can pick up on cues, identify shared interests, and find those natural transitions that just make it feel more organic. Finding that sweet spot where small talk transforms from feeling like a chore into a genuine connection. I love that. And reading through all of this research, I really felt like I was getting a masterclass in small talk.
Yeah.
From remembering names, because who doesn't love hearing their own name, to figuring out how to gracefully exit a conversation. It was all covered.
There's definitely an art to it, but like any art, it can be learned and refined with practice. The more you practice, the more comfortable and confident you'll become in those everyday social interactions.
So we've touched on some of the basics, but let's bring it back to our listeners.
Yeah.
What does all this mean for you? Hopefully this deep dive is giving you some new tools to approach small talk with more confidence. Remember, it's not about being the wittiest or most charismatic person in the room. It's about making that genuine effort to connect.
Absolutely. And here's a question for you to consider as you navigate the world of small talk. Which of these tips are you most excited to try out in your own life?
We'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's shift gears a bit and delve into some specific small talk scenarios. Because as we mentioned earlier, context really matters. What works at a work event might not fly at a party, and vice versa.
You're spot on. It's like having different outfits for different occasions. You wouldn't wear a ball gown to the grocery store, right? So similarly, you want to tailor your small talk approach to fit the situation.
Okay, I'm loving the analogies today. So let's start with the workplace. Navigating those office interactions can be tricky. You want to be friendly and approachable, but also maintain a professional demeanor. It's a bit like walking a tightrope.
It is, and the key is finding that balance between personal and professional. So instead of defaulting to those generic "how was your weekend" questions, try to find genuine points of connection that are related to work. You could compliment a colleague on a recent accomplishment. Maybe say something like, I was really impressed with your presentation yesterday. How did you manage to pull all of that together so effectively?
Oh, I like that it's specific. It's genuine. It shows you're paying attention to their work.
Right. Or you could ask for their opinion on a work-related topic. Maybe you're struggling with a new software program and, they've used it before. Saying something like, I'm having a bit of trouble with this new software. Have you had a chance to use it yet? Any tips you could share? It's a natural way to start a conversation, and it shows that you value their expertise.
These are great examples. So it's all about finding those authentic points of connection, even within a professional context. And I think it's important to remember that small talk at work isn't about, gossiping or complaining about the boss.
I agree. It's about building rapport, fostering a more positive work environment, and maybe even finding those unexpected collaborations that lead to amazing things. So don't underestimate the power of those casual conversations.
Now let's switch gears to social events like parties or gatherings. The energy is different, the stakes feel a little lower, but it can still be a bit awkward to strike up a conversation with someone you don't know.
Definitely, it's like that feeling of walking into a room full of strangers and not knowing where to start. But here's the thing, everyone is there to connect, to have fun, to maybe even meet new people. So try to embrace that energy. A simple compliment can be a great opener. I love your dress. Where did you find it? Or maybe something like, that's a beautiful watch. Is there a story behind it?
Oh, that's nice, because you're inviting them to share a little piece of themselves. And that can often lead to a more engaging conversation.
And don't underestimate the power of shared experiences. If you're at a party, you can always comment on the music, the food, the decorations. Maybe you've both tried the same appetizer, or you both love the song that's playing. It's about finding those common threads that can spark a conversation.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, hey, we're both here experiencing this together. Let's connect over it. I think that shared experience can really help to break down those initial barriers.
Another great way to approach small talk at social events is by joining a group conversation that's already in progress. So you just listen for a moment, see if you can pick up on the topic, and then gently ease your way in with a comment or a question. It's less intimidating than trying to start a conversation from scratch, and you might be surprised by how welcoming people can be.
That's a great point. It's like joining a dance that's already in motion. You don't have to lead. You just have to find the rhythm and flow with it.
And sometimes the most memorable conversations come from those unexpected encounters. It could be a chat with the person sitting next to you on a plane, or a conversation with someone in line at the coffee shop. Embrace those moments, be open to connecting, and you never know what might happen.
It's like we're surrounded by opportunities for connection if we're just willing to open ourselves up to them.
Exactly, and I think that's a great segue into our next point, which is about overcoming that fear of rejection that often holds people back from engaging in small talk.
Right.
It's natural to worry about saying the wrong thing, about being judged, or about being seen as awkward.
Well, I think we've all been there. That feeling of butterflies in your stomach as you approach someone new. But here's the thing. Most people are actually more receptive to conversation than we might think. They're probably just as nervous as we are.
Right, and even if someone doesn't seem interested in chatting, it's okay. It's not a reflection of you. Maybe they're having a bad day, maybe they're preoccupied with something else. Don't take it personally, just move on to the next interaction. The important thing is to keep trying to keep practicing, and to remember that every conversation is a learning opportunity. You're absolutely right. It's about shifting our perspective. From fear to curiosity, from what if they reject me to what if I learn something new, or what if this leads to a new friendship? Because sometimes the most rewarding conversations come from those unexpected connections.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And let's be honest, small talk isn't just about making conversation. It's about making a difference.
It really is.
Yeah.
A simple chat can brighten someone's day, make them feel seen and heard. It can create a ripple effect of kindness.
I love that perspective. It's like we're all interconnected, and those small acts of connection can have a far greater impact than we realize.
Exactly. So as we wrap up our deep dive into the art of small talk, here's a final thought to leave you with. Don't underestimate the power of those seemingly insignificant interactions. Embrace the opportunity to connect, to practice your skills, and to make a positive impact on the world, one conversation at a time.
What a fantastic way to wrap things up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and insights with us today, Sarah. I know I've learned a lot, and I hope our listeners have too.
It's been a pleasure, Mike. I always enjoy talking about the magic of connection.
And to our amazing listeners, we would love to hear from you. What are your favorite small talk tips? Have you had any memorable experiences that started with a simple conversation? Share your stories in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more deep dives on the English Podcast Lab. Until next time, happy chatting. It really is amazing how something as simple as starting a conversation can have such a big impact. Have you ever had one of those unexpected, meaningful conversations that started with small talk, Sarah?
Oh, absolutely, all the time. Those little chance encounters are what make life interesting. Sometimes it feels like the universe is kind of nudging you to connect with someone. And, those moments can really brighten your day or even lead to something more.
I love that. And there's a reason why they say strangers are just friends we haven't met yet. Small talk is like that bridge helping us move from the awkwardness of not knowing someone to a place of connection.
And I think that's especially true when you think about how small talk can build a sense of community. Like those neighborhoods where people stop and chat on the sidewalk, or those little coffee shops where the barista knows your name. Those small connections help make a place feel like home.
It's true. We're all threads in this larger social fabric. And small talk is how we kind of weave ourselves together, creating this tapestry of shared stories and experiences.
And as our world becomes increasingly interconnected and diverse, I think small talk takes on even more significance. It's a way to build bridges across cultures, find common ground, and recognize our shared humanity.
It's like a universal language that goes beyond words, allowing us to connect on a deeper level, even if we don't have the same background or beliefs.
It's really fascinating. Small talk can actually challenge our own biases and help us grow. When we talk to people who are different from us, it opens our minds to new ways of thinking and seeing the world.
Yeah, it's like stepping outside of our own little bubble and realizing just how vast and amazing the human experience really is.
Yeah.
We learn about others, and in the process, we learn more about ourselves too.
It all comes back to that idea of connection. It's something we all crave as human beings, and small talk is one of the ways we can create it, even in the smallest moments.
I love that, Sarah. This has been such an insightful deep dive into the art of small talk. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your expertise.
The pleasure was all mine, Mike. I always enjoy exploring the magic of human connection.
And to all our wonderful listeners out there, we'd love to hear from you. What are some of your favorite tips for making small talk? Have you ever had a memorable experience that started with a simple conversation? Share your stories in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel.